Okay, today we're going to start working with how to do a regression equation. And you'll see here that I have a sample set of data. This is actually in your book. And we're going to do this with the graphing calculator. Okay? So if this is my sample set of data, we use the graphing calculator, and I just want to start kind of from a home screen. We're going to first press the Stat button, and you'll come up and it'll be Edit. Edit will be lined up, and we're going to hit Enter. All right. Now, the first year in our data set was 1980. I think the book likes it better when we just enter the year, 1980. And in 1980, there was, if my button will work here. Let me just hit Enter. There we go. Let me just enter the years first. 1985, Enter. 1990, Enter. 1995, Enter. 2003, Enter. 2004, Enter. 2005, Enter. Okay, and then you also want to delete anything else that might still be in there, which I've got some other junk in there which I need to get out. And then you can go over, delete any other junk. And then go up and enter your data for how many population in millions. This one was 4454. This one was 4853. 5285. Remember, these are in millions. This one is 5696. 6305. Oops. 05. 6378. And 6450. It takes more time to enter the data than it does to do anything else. Okay? So we get the data in, and our question in the book, let me kind of go back to my Memeo screen here. They want us to build a linear model, okay, for the growth of the population. All right? And then they say, predict, I'm going to abbreviate a little bit, population in 2015. And then compare this prediction, okay, compare with the statistical abstract, I'm not going to write all that, of 7,229 million. Okay? So now we have entered our data, which is one of the time-consuming things. The next thing we need to do is go to second y equals. All right, second y equals. And the reason we're going to do that is we need to make sure our plot is turned on. Mine is not. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. Enter. And the type that we're doing, in this case, you can select a type if you want, connected line graph, bar graph, whatever. I'm going to leave mine as a scatter plot. I need to make sure that my X list is L1 and my Y list is L2. All right, because if it is not, things will not be matched up. All right. Now, the next thing that I would do is to get the correct dimensions for your window. In this case, it works best to press zoom, and then I believe it is down towards the bottom. We want to select stat, number 9. Okay? And there is our scatter plot of the data. Okay, just ignore me. Okay, screen capture. Being difficult. Tools, take screenshot, copy. And I'm going to paste that in. Sorry for that little delay. There is our scatter plot of the data. And if you look here, doesn't it look like a linear? If I were to connect the dots, it looks like the population of the world has grown in a somewhat linear fashion. When we say linear, straight line, linear function. Okay? Yes, go ahead and ask.
So this graph, is that, like in the book, would it be considered the superimpose of the graph?
Well, yeah, when we get there. Okay? But what we need to do now is let the calculator find out what that regression equation is that matches the data. So to do that, we're going to press stat again, and we're going to scroll over to calc, and then we're going to select a linear regression, which is number 4. You hit enter, and hit enter again, and there is my linear regression equation. Now notice that this is in y equals mx plus b form. I'm going to take a little screenshot of this and put it someplace where I can write on it. Okay, so there is my regression equation, which means that my model of the data is y equals 79.96x minus that ugly number, 153,848.7. There is my linear regression equation. Okay? And so then I could graph that on top of what I've done. Okay? And it would superimpose the line on top. Okay? So, and you know, I'm not as really concerned about you doing that on the graphing calculator as I am about understanding that this line right here is going to match up to this. Okay? I just want you to understand that the calculator is right. Okay? The steps for superimposing it, you know, I can go over again in a minute. Now, let's get back to our question, though. Our question was, predict the population in 2015. Okay? Well, we now have a linear model, right? A linear model. And so, in that linear model, this is like my f of x, right? So don't I just need to find f of 2015? Right? Plug it in, plug it in. So I would plug f of 2015 into that, 79.96 times 2015 minus 153,848.7. And of course you could enter the function in your graphing calculator and just use the table if you wanted to. But I think I will just do the math on the calculator. 79.96 okay, 79.96 times 2015, enter, and then I'm going to subtract that ugly number. It was 153,000, what was it? 848.7. Hit enter. 7,270.7 million, okay, is our estimate, okay, based on our regression. 7,270.7. They said to compare that with the statistical abstract. Were we pretty close? Yeah, we were. Okay? So that is how you do a linear regression equation type problem, kind of beginning to end. And we will stop there with this video.